Good morning, dear children. How are all of you today? Dear students, today we are going to read a new lesson in which we are discussing about transformation. Children, what is transformation? Transformation means a complete change, right? Yes. Here we have a story that deals with a complete change of a young man. All of you just imagine you are sleeping on your bed in your room one fine night. Next morning, when you wake up, you find yourself as a huge elephant or a giraffe or a snake or any other creature. You have been completely transformed into some other animal or any creature. Just imagine how unusual, strange that experience would be. Right? Yes. Dear children, before going to the lesson, there is a very simple warm-up activity for you. Share a dream that you remember. All of us do get dreams while we sleep, right? Dream can be very funny, very interesting, very happy and colorful. Sometimes dreams can be scary, right? It can be a nightmare. Can be a stupid, simple, silly dream, right? Whatever it is. Just try to recollect a dream that you had and write down your experiences in the comment box. Dear students, now I would like to introduce you a very interesting story, a strange transformation. All of you, please look at the board. A Strange Transformation, written by Franz Kafka. Franz Kafka is a very renowned story writer in English literature. You know, there is a special feature in his writings. In his writings, Franz Kafka merges or combines reality with fantasy. It's known as surrealism in English. That kind of writing is known as surrealism. So this extract, this story is a fine example of surrealism. In the story, A Strange Transformation, the writer has combined both reality and fantasy together. Sometimes while going through the story, the reader will also get confused whether it is real or just a fantasy of the writer. Okay, before going to the lesson, let me introduce you the new words which are used in the lesson. Here is the list of new words and their meanings. Armor, hard as an armor. Armor is a metal clothing used by the soldiers in past time. Okay, next one, wriggling. Wriggling means twisting and turning. Wriggling. If we twist and turn our body, it can be called wriggling the body. Wriggling. Okay, next, retracted, pulled back. Absurd, not sensible. As I told you, the story A Strange Transformation, written by Franz Kafka, is a fine example of surrealistic writing. In this beautiful story, the writer Franz Kafka successfully has blended both reality and fantasy. Right, let me tell you one more point. The present lesson which is given for us, A Strange Transformation, is an extract, is adapted from the work The Metamorphosis. The lesson, a strange transformation, is taken from the book The Metamorphosis, written by Franz Kafka. Okay, I would like to introduce the main character of the story, A Strange Transformation. The main character of the story is Grigor Samsa. Grigor Samsa was a salesman in a company. What does he do in his company? He collects the products manufactured by the company and delivers in various places of the city. Grigor Samsa was sleeping peacefully in his room one night, and he got a very disturbing dream while he was sleeping. He was totally disturbed and irritated. Okay? Next morning, when he woke up from his bed, he realized that he was completely changed into a big bug. A human being is totally transformed into a very big bug. He didn't understand anything. What happened to me? What's happening here? Yesterday, I was sleeping in my room on my bed peacefully, but I still remember I got a very bad dream yesterday. But as I woke up today, see, now I am completely changed. A man is completely, totally changed into an insect, a bug. And he looked around. No one was there in his room. His room was locked. And he has the habit of locking the room before going to bed. So no one else was there. And children, he looked at his body. When he saw his arms, numerous hands and numerous legs, he was completely perplexed. How come it's possible? And he looked at his hands and legs. He looked at his whole body. It's very huge, very big insect. Oh God, I have been totally changed into an insect. And he could feel the armor back, the heavy back of the insect. And it was as heavy as an armor, a metallic clothing used by the soldiers in the past time. I will show you the picture in the online session. So he felt the heaviness of his back. It was very heavy, like a metallic armor. He was not able to hold it properly. He was not able to stay erect and straight. It was very heavy for him. Looked at his hands, numerous hands and legs. Right? And what happened? Again, another change. Look at the abdomen. Oh, see? The abdomen. Look at how it looks. It's a curved one, right? Arch-like abdomen. Totally an insect, a bug. And children, when he was on the bed, he was not able to turn to right or left side. He was not able to turn his body. See, I am standing like this. I can turn my body like this, right, in both the directions because it's flexible. Right, but this poor Grigor, who has been transformed into a big bug, could not turn his body properly when he was on the bed. And he had the habit of sleeping, turning towards the right side. But he is not at all able to move to one side. See, whenever he tries to move to the right side, automatically his body will be back to the previous position. He was trying hard to move towards the left side. Again, he will be back to the previous position. He was not able to completely turn his body to any of the directions due to the heaviness of his body. Okay, and as I told you, Samson was working as a salesperson in an office. Usually, he goes by train to his office, And today also he was about to go to the office. Right? This is just an usual day for him. But something unusual happened in his life. An unexpected transformation. I told you, bear in mind, this is the finest example of surrealistic writing which combines both reality and something which is unusual in life, fantasy. Okay, anyhow, I have been transformed into an insect, but I need to go for work because I have to work for my family. How long I can hide myself from others? No, I have to go out of the room. I should convince my family members first that I have got such a plight. I have been transformed into some other creature. Now he has decided to go to the office. Because the whole family of Gregor is completely depending on his wages, the money that he earns. So he cannot quit his job. And how many days he will be staying in the house? It's not possible, right? So he tries to come out of the bed. And as I told you, how does he go to the office? He always goes by the train. Usually the train reaches the station at 5 o'clock in the morning. And he looked around, where is the clock? What's the time now? Oh God, it's 6:30 a.m. I had a deep sleep. I was sleeping all this time. Usually I wake up early in the morning, dress up, get ready, go to the railway station. I was very punctual. I had never missed the train. But today what happened to me? I had a very deep sleep. Okay, now it's already 6:30. That means I have missed the train. Yes, there is another train at 7 o'clock. So by the time I have to go out of the room, I have to convince my parents about my new appearance, my new transformation. Then I have to get ready for the work. I cannot quit. I cannot be away from my responsibilities. Right? Yes. Then I missed the train. But again he is thinking, yesterday night before going to bed, I had set an alarm. The bell of that alarm is so loud that it can even shake the furniture. It's very loud. The voice is very loud. Then how could I miss that bell of the alarm? It's very surprising to me. I'm not able to recollect the things happened, yesterday in me. I don't remember anything. I was in deep slumber, deep sleep. Totally confused. Now Gregor is ready to go to the office. There is a train at 7 o'clock. Right? So, as he was about to get out of the bed, suddenly he heard somebody calling him out, loudly out of his room. Gregor! Hey Gregor, get up! Who it must be? Yes, it's Gregor's mother. Mother was calling him out of the room. See, it's 6:30 already. Usually he goes, before 5 o'clock. Now he has been sleeping all this time. He has missed his train. How will he go to the work? Right, so that's why the mother wants to wake Gregor up. So she was just banging the door and she was calling him out. Gregor, get up. Don't you know time? It's going to be 7 o'clock. Are you not going to the office today? Gregor, hearing this mother's voice, again he was literally confused and perplexed. Oh my God, how will I show this strange appearance to my mother? She will be scared of seeing me in this manner. And how will I convince my parents, my other family members, that I have got such an unexpected change overnight? Who will believe my words? Who will accept me as their own Gregor? Right? Yes, all these questions, so many questions and doubts were there in his mind. Anyhow, he decided firmly, whatever be, let it come. I am there to face. I will convince them. I will explain to them that it happened to me, and it's quite impossible that a human being changing into an insect, right? We are not at all much aware about it. It's quite impossible, but it's happening to me. It has happened to me. Now I have to convince others about this transformation, this unusual transformation. As he was mentally prepared, as he is ready to go to the work, suddenly he heard someone else's voice outside. It's his office manager. By this time, his manager, he came to his house. He was in search of Gregor. And he was asking his family members, why this Gregor is not punctual? Why is he not coming to the office? Is he on leave today? Is he sick? Or he is simply taking leaves? If it goes on like that, he himself knows the consequences if he is not punctual in his office. We will drive him out of the company. He will lose his job. That's it. Okay, in a very harsh and irritated way, the manager was talking to Gregor's family members. Hearing all these comments and harsh words, again, he became very, anxious. He wanted to go for his work. He doesn't want to lose his job. So, as he was about to get up from the bed, he pulled out his blanket. See, as he pulled his blanket and made an attempt to get out of the bed. As he pulled himself to come out of the bed, he lost the balance and he fell onto the carpet which was spread on the floor. With a loud thud, with a loud noise, our poor Gregor fell onto the carpet. If the carpet was not there, he would have got, badly injured. Anyhow, somehow his head hit on the carpet. That's it. Suddenly the manager told the housemaid, "Oh lady, just go and check somewhere in the room. Something has fallen down somewhere." I could hear that thud sound. Something has fallen down with a loud noise. Please go and check it. Our poor Gregor, with armor, heavy bag, with numerous arms and legs, right, with that arch-shaped abdomen, was lying on the bed desperately. He was in tears. He is not sure whether he will be back to the poor, the previous young human being. He doesn't know that. He doesn't know the solution to be back to the previous human being. He doesn't know whether he would get the life of a man again, or whether he will be leading the life of a tiny insect for the rest of his life. He was lying on the carpet and hearing all these comments and words of the manager, the conversation between the family members and the manager. And he wanted to scream out. He wanted to speak out that, "Oh mother, my father, please come down here. Just look at me. I am in such a sad condition that I am not able to come out. I am not able to walk. I have to crawl. I am not able to stand erect. I am not at all a human being now. Overnight, I have been changed into an insect, a creature. That's it. I am not a human being now." Right? And he was producing some indistinctive sounds. Because it's an insect, it doesn't know how to speak, human language. It doesn't know that. It was talking in its own language. Gregor, lying on the carpet, was producing some indistinct sounds. He was screaming and he was shouting, but no one heard him. Children, this extract is taken from the book The Metamorphosis, written by Franz Kafka. This is just a piece taken from the whole book. In this story, the poet is talking about the lack of identity. A human being has lacked his personality, his individuality, his own identity as a man, and he has become an insect. Correct? As I told you, this is an example of surrealistic writing. Here is the mind map of the lesson, a strange transformation. Gregor Samsa, a salesman, transforms into a large bug overnight. He looks around the room, everything appears normal except me. There is no change in the room, everything is normal except me. I have got some unusual changes in me. I have transformed into an insect. Right? Yes. Anyhow, Gregor has to go to the office. Though he is looking like an insect, he has to work for his family. He decides to go to office. Right? By the time his mother came out of the room, she knocked at the room and she was calling Gregor's name out. Gregor get up, it's time for work. Okay, it's going to be 7 o'clock. You have missed your train. As he was about to get up of his bed, he hears his manager's voice. His manager reaches his house and he's scolding his family members. Why don't you tell him, why don't you advise your son Gregor to come to the office to be punctual, otherwise he will be losing the job. Through the winter, the manager was warning Gregor of the consequences of missing the job. Gregor, I warn you, if you are not punctual, if you are not responsible, we will quit you, we will throw you out of the company. Right? Yes. As he was about to get out of the bed, he lost his balance, fell on the carpet, badly hurt his head. Right? And as he was lying on the floor, he was screaming out, he was crying louder to get the attention of the people who are sitting outside the room. But no one heard him, because an insect was crying there, not a human being. Human being cannot identify, or human being cannot understand the language of an insect. This is the story. An example for surrealistic writing is taken from the book The Metamorphosis, written by Franz Kafka. Here is a spelling activity for you. Before doing the activity, let's take page number 88. 88, 89 and 90. See, at the bottom of the page you can see the glossary, right? The words with their meanings are given there. All of you just go through the words and their meanings given there in that black color screen. It's in 88, 89 and 90. Then try to find out these answers. Just look at the board. Let me explain to you the activity. This is a match the following activity, right? I have written some words there and their meanings are written here, not in proper order. Meanings are written correctly, but these words are missing some letters. First, you need to find out the missing letters and correct the word. Right? You can use the glossary given in the textbook, page number 88, 89 and 90. Go through the words. Find out the word, identify the word and identify the missing letter. Place the missing letter here, find out the correct word. Then make an attempt to match these correct words with their meanings in the column B. Let's try to find out the answers. Dear children, I have written the correct words here. First one is retracted. C was missing there, right? I have added here. Retracted. Retracted means pulled back. Pulled back. He retracted his blanket. He pulled his blanket back. Retracted. Second one, wriggling. I have added G. Two G's are there. Wriggling. W is silent. Wriggling means twisting and turning. Right? Yes. Next one, tread. A. Tread means the manner in which somebody walks. Treading. Last one, absurd. U. Absurd. Absurd means not sensible. These are the answers. All of you please go through the words and their meanings given on the board. Retracted, pulled back. Wriggling, twisting and turning. Wriggling with pain, we say, right? Wriggle with pain. Tread, the manner in which somebody walks. Absurd, not sensible, meaningless. Here is a home assignment for you. Imagine you are Gregor Samsa, the main character of the story. What would you have done if you had undergone such an unexpected transformation into a bug? Describe your feelings. Children, what you can do is you can write a paragraph on this topic. Just imagine you are sleeping, next morning when you wake up you find yourself as some another creature or a bird or an insect or a reptile. Okay, how would you feel? If you have been transformed into a crocodile, if you have been transformed into a lion, or if you have been transformed into a bird or an ant or a beetle, how would you feel? You can find all these feelings, your reactions, write it in a paragraph. In the interaction class, I will ask you. I'll give you 2 minutes for each and every one. You can explain to the class. You can present your feelings if you have been transformed into some other creature. Dear children, after watching this video lesson, please go through the chapter A Strange Transformation. You will love reading the story. As I told you, this is a blend of both reality and fantasy. Right? Yes. We will be having the next interaction class. So while reading the chapter, as I remind you every time, you can mark down your doubts or any clarifications or any explanation further needed. Please mark down in your textbook itself with a pencil. So we will be discussing all those doubts in the next interaction class. Till then, all of you take care, study well, eat well, play well, take care.